I'm waiting for my students to come into the class. Students. Okay, my Okay. I see I have three of my students here. We have three. I'm just waiting for a couple more before I get started on this resume workshop. Um, y'all give me just 1 second. I'm collecting a couple of documents to reference from. Hey, Victoria Bolton. Hey, Whitney Nixon. Okay, if you're my student, I need you to hit the skull emoji so I can see how many of my students are in this workshop. Because depending on how many of my students are in this workshop, that's going to determine how I teach it. So I need to know which one of my students hit the skull emoji. Okay. All right, Leah, Simone, Whitney, Kerchell. Who else? So we have Simone, Aaliyah, Whitney, Kerchell. Is that it? Please hit the skull emoji again because we're taking attendance. We're about to get started. Okay. We got Dwayne. Okay, so we have Dwayne, Aaliyah, Whitney, Kerchell. Whitney, I'm going to make the moderator, okay? Kerchell, Dr. Proctor, Simone. Okay, so you guys, I want you all to look in the group chat. We're going to go ahead and begin the class, okay? So this class may run a bit long. This live is not going to be available to the general YouTube audience, so I hope you all take notes and get what you can. But this live will be available to my students that I'm mentoring under so that you all can replay it. And I'm gearing this live specifically to to you all's needs. So the first thing I'm going to go through is I want to go through the objectives of the resume assignment because this is an actual assignment. Okay. So I'm teaching this as though I would have taught my college students. So yeah, I want you all to oh, Talia, you're here as well. I'm glad to see you, Talia. I'm really glad you showed up. This is a free class. And everyone, go ahead and be ready to take notes. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Okay, so in our group chat, in the African Apprentice chat, I sent you all something that a document that says resume assignment. We're going to go through that document together. It's a 5-page document. Okay, so ignore the first page of it because I was essentially explaining to my college students, you know, what the purpose of the assignment was, how it was related back to an introduction into sociology, and the due date, so on and so forth. The second page, however, includes a link to useful resources. Essentially, these links are to different websites where you can find examples of good resumes. The reasons that I recommended those websites to my students is because they oftentimes had a very difficult time constructing a resume as far as like bullet pointing their responsibilities. And they also found themselves having issues creating a nice cover letter. So you can copy and paste responsibilities from the links that I gave you all, or you can copy and paste unique phrases from a cover letter. All right. So there's no such thing as plagiarism when it comes to a cover letter or resume. You cannot plagiarize a cover letter. You cannot plagiarize a resume. You can lie. You can lie and you will not lie. There's lying, but you cannot plagiarize. Okay. Bitch, if you worked at McDonald's and I worked at McDonald's, we worked the same motherfucking position, and you had a nice ass description of what the fuck we did, then bitch, I'm taking it too. That's not plagiarism. All right. This is not college. So I want you all to, if you all are following along, I want you all to go to the last page of the actual resume assignment where it says blank, 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 Urena, URENA at the very top, that person's name. I want you all to go to that particular document, look at the Urena document, and I'm going to show you all what's needed. All right. And I need you all to type these requirements out or write these requirements out so that I know that you're understanding what's needed, what's necessary, blah, 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 blah. All right. So for your resume, in your resume, I want you to know that the largest thing in your resume needs to be your name. The largest thing in your resume needs to be your name. Okay. So some of these rules, I would like to see them typed out so I can make sure that you all know what I'm saying. And to make sure that you all are grasping the more important major points. All right. So major point, the largest thing on your resume and your cover letter needs to be your name. So as you can see in this document, his name is written in 18-point font. And it's bolded because when they print out the resumes, you want his needs to stand out. Okay. Because they'll see his name. Second major point, immediately following the name. Thank you, Whitney. Immediately follow. How do I join the class so I can get the documents? Unfortunately, baby, you can't get the documents. So you're just gonna have to take notes and get what you can. You got to pay for the class. You know, this portion of it is free, but the actual class, you got to actually be one of my students, baby. I'm sorry. I gotta give it to my babies, but you know, for the general population, take what you can and do the best. All right. So in the document, the second thing that we need to do. Thank you, Dr. Proctor. The second major point is immediately following that, you want to put your contact information. It is not necessary for you to put your physical address, but it is necessary for you to put an email address and a phone number. For those of you all that are in college, you must use your school email address. It is strongly advised that you use your school email address because you're trying to alert your employer that you are a student. And if you are someone that has a degree already, then you want to use a more traditional professionalized email, obviously, you know. But because we're going to get anyway, we'll get into it later. So if you're in school, use your school email address. If you're graduated and you're not in school, use a traditional email address. Okay. And put your phone number in that, and don't call my student that's in that motherfucking resume template. Immediately following this section, major point 3, after your contact information, you must put your education. If you are out of high school, if you're a freshman in college, then you can leave high school. If you're a freshman in college, it's your first semester, you can leave the demographic information of the high school that you attended on it. After the first semester of your freshman year, you got to leave that high school shit off. Don't nobody give a fuck where you graduated from high school 6 months ago. You are a college student, and in 6 months, you should have done at least one thing per month to put on your resume, so you have no room on your resume for things from a high school. Ew. So in the education section, you're going to need these things. These things are mandatory. We need to know what college you attended, where the college was located, what your major was, what school that major was held in. So if you were in the sociology department and you were in the College of Arts and Sciences, so you're going to put College of Arts and Sciences, you know, bachelor's degree sociology, bachelor's of science sociology, They need to know your graduation season and day. The season meaning summer 2019, summer 2013, fall 2016. Okay, the season and day. Now, a concentration. You want to put a concentration and you want to think of an intelligent concentration, something that you actually specialize in or that you were interested in. Okay. So, for example, this student at Georgia Whitnett College, we did not have a concentration in marketing. We had a bachelor's in business administration, but this particular student focused his projects on marketing. So we said you concentrate in marketing. If your bachelor's degree is in sociology and you're interested in race and racial studies, and you say, I got a bachelor's degree in sociology with a concentration, because I wrote my papers to be about race and racial studies. Okay. I wrote them to be about gender studies, social stratification, or something like that. Okay. So whatever you typically wrote your papers about, whatever typically interested you, you want to also write that, sexy it up. You got a little concentration. And tell them it's informal. It was an informal concentration. Okay. Concentrations are informal, but that bachelor's degree is real. All right. So after your education, bonjour. After the education section, the next major point immediately following this is going to be the employment and blank experience. Employment and insert here experience. Now, when I say insert here, you need to think about on a macro level what field you're actually working in. So if you are in television production, right? You're trying to apply to TV production jobs. You want to say I'm in this is my employment and entertainment experience, okay? Because the television industry is beneath the entertainment industry, but writing is a form of entertainment. Doing YouTube is a form of entertainment. Okay, so you want to create an umbrella term. So if you worked as a dental assistant, then that's your medical experience. Or if you taught in a classroom, that was teaching experience. If you counseled students at a summer camp, that's clinical experience. Okay. Employment and insert experience here. Okay. So you want to tailor this resume, right? So if some of the students, some of the younger, especially some of the younger girls, a lot of y'all are in TV production programs. Y'all are doing podcasts. So you're going to need to show that you have entertainment experience. All right. This is your entertainment experience. Now we're gonna dig more into the resume and how it is that we're gonna talk more about the resume and how it is that with the resume, how should you structure it? Okay. So I want you all to look at the bullet points that he has. All right. The formula that we're going to use for creating your bullet point is QQA. Right? QQA. Type that out. QQA. Okay, QQA. The formula is QQA. So the first Q is for quantify. So write that out. First Q is for quantify. So the second Q is qualify. The A, accomplishment. The first bullet point, quantify. The second bullet point, qualify. The third bullet point, put an accomplishment. If you look at that resume, his resume follows that structure. He quantified, he qualified, accomplishment. Some of them he qualified, quantified, accomplishment. If you look at his bullet points, wherever you see something bolded, if you see a number that's bolded, he quantified. Okay? There are bullet points on there where there's nothing bolded. He qualified. All right? Quantify, qualify, and an accomplishment. Now, let's go. Let's go through this, all right? Okay, Aaliyah, I'm getting your text messages. I'm getting them, so thank you. Thank you. Hold on, y'all. All right. So when y'all look at his resume, you're gonna look, see. All right. No, no, no. Let's look at the second one. Bakrak. Bakrak. Men's clothing and fashion apparel. Now Bakrak is a family owned it's a family owned store in the Gwinnett Place Mall. And my student's dad owned this place. So the student was the student essentially, how do I say this? The student was interning under his dad, but well, basically helping out his dad around the store, right? And so his job title, we wrote sales associate. Because we didn't, don't sexy up a job title. Do not sexy it up. Don't sit here and make up some shit. If you knew you was a sales associate, don't put no goddamn retail stocking expert, bitch. What the fuck is that? What the hell is that? If your job title cannot be found on Indeed, you making the shit up. All right, bitch, sit down. Be humble. Don't sexy up your title, bitch. Sexy up your job description, ho. Sexy up your job description. Step them cookies up. All right, sales associate. But let's look at what he wrote for the sales associate. He said, explain information about the quality, value, and style of products to help customers select merchandise based on their individual needs. Okay? As a sales associate, he explained information about the quality, the value, and style of the products to help the customers select merchandise based on their individual needs. And that's what he did. Now, why did he type now look at this. His job description, that job description, that's a form of marketing. That responsibility is a form of marketing. The job description must feed back into the title, employment and blank experience. So if you worked as an office assistant and you trying to get a teaching position, you need to talk about all the times that you educated the people that was walking in about where they needed to go and what they needed to do. Okay? Don't sit here and tell them that you was taking notes and responsible for organizing documents. No, bitch, if you're trying to get a teaching job, you need to highlight all the educational moments in that responsibility. Because he highlighted as a sales associate, he didn't sit here and say, I was standing behind the cashier. He said, I marketed these goddamn clothes and said and told you which one was the best to choose. Is that not marketing? Hit the skull emoji because I am preaching. All right. So then he quantifies. Because as you can see in the second line, there's a bolded number. Increase purchase totals by recommending marketing. That's to recommend something. That verb indicates that you're marketing by recommending additional items. Ooh, so you making me more money, nigga. Consistently achieving a daily sales goal of $2,000, meaning that he would sell $2,000 worth of merchandise based around his ability to market as a sales associate, and that's his marketing experience. Phenomenal job descriptions. Now I'm gonna send y'all something to the group chat real quick before we get into the accomplishment, because I want y'all to see what the student's resume looked like at the beginning of class. It was trash. It was trash. So hold on. The resume wasn't shit. Aaliyah, I'm sending you the resume, but I'm gonna send it to the WhatsApp. I'm just doing it because it's gonna be on iMessage. All right, so I'm gonna send y'all this trash resume. If you're my student and your resume looks like a haiku, you got a lot of work to do, and I got you. Okay, if your resume looks like a haiku, you need help. If your resume is not filling up the entire page, you need help. Play with if you need to set 0.25 margins all the way around on that motherfucking resume and include as much information as you motherfucking can, and bitch. Okay, your resume needs to look like a goddamn essay. All right, it needs to look like an essay. So I'm gonna give you all an example. Your resume needs to look like an essay. If I glance at it, it needs to look like an essay. But yes, I want you all to really be honest with yourselves and say, if my resume looks like a haiku, I ain't been getting the jobs that I needed to get. Now, this student was 19 years old and landed a $45,000 job offer in 9 days. So I know what I'm talking about. I help motherfuckers get jobs. All right, so I'm going to show you. One second. One second, y'all. I'm sending y'all examples of resumes that look like essays. Okay, so for those of you all that are in the group chat, do y'all see these resumes? I've collected some of these over the course of years. Please keep these to yourselves. My friends, even back, I'm giving y'all resumes that I had back when I was an undergrad at Emory. Okay, so I goes ways back with this shit. All right. So y'all see that these resumes are fucking phenomenal. But look at that. Look at the one that says master resume. That's a haiku. Okay. He stepped his shit up, and y'all gonna step y'all's up. Literally, it takes like 1 or 2 revisions. Okay, like 1 or 2 revisions, and you're done. All right. So we're looking at these resumes, right? And I'm gonna show you all. So this is when I say if your resume should look like I don't know if y'all can barely see this. You see, this is somebody's resume. I haven't zoned in on it, but like this is what I mean. That resume looks like a, yeah. If your resume don't look like an essay, you definitely ain't finna get the job. Hell no, bitch, you competing against me. Ha! Ha! When you going up for jobs, you competing against motherfuckers like me. Ha! You definitely not gonna get that salary job if it's against me. If it's against me, you not getting it. You might as well call that quits. If they looking at my resume and you see me walk through the building in my all black suit, okay, in my all black suit with the good black Jimmy Choos, the good black leather Jimmy Choos, you might as well call it quits, because baby, I'm the best. I'm the best. So yeah, you might as well shut the shit down. Imagine going up against me, and you're right. You ain't gonna get a job. I like that. You're not gonna get a job if it don't look like an essay, because baby, I come with the essay. I comes with the essay. Okay, so Okay, so now we're going to talk about the accomplishment. As you can see, his resume, his first resume failed in many areas. It was poorly formatted. He didn't squeeze out all the juice from the orange of all the different positions that he had worked. He didn't think deeply and thoughtfully about how to describe his job responsibilities because he worked a very mundane position. He diminished and reduced the responsibilities so much to the point that his resume was a haiku. That's how much he reduced his job responsibilities. He was like, I just work as a sales associate. I mean, that's all I did. And then the next thing he knows, I just got a fucking job offer from this fucking marketing oh my God, they're in downtown Atlanta. And then they were in an 18-story building and they gave me the job. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. That's how that happens. Yeah. Welcome to adulthood. All right, so getting off bragging on my ass because y'all been knew I was a shit. So accomplishment, the accomplishment section. How do you determine what's an accomplishment? So different types of accomplishments. If you were if you received a certificate, if you were the employee of the month, if you received an early promotion, if you exceeded a goal. So, for example, I had students that worked at Five Guys. They were just flipping burgers. And I was like, so how much money did you see going in and out the cash register? Like 15, 1600 a day. Okay, so that's how much money you were responsible for managing. How many customers did you have to interact with and satisfy, make sure that their needs were satisfied? I say we had about 200 to 300 people come through. Okay, so you satisfy the needs of about 200 to 300 people. This is a caretaking service. This is a service. It's kind of like a caretaking business. You're feeding people, and so like you work in the hospitality industry, so you want to show that you were a hospitable person. So even the most mundane job can help you to land a better position because that's what people are looking for. Okay, so yeah. I hope my students are learning something. My students, let me know if y'all learning something. Okay. Hey Kanani, so glad to see you in here. I'm gonna make you a moderator. Okay. So quantify, qualify, accomplishment. So I'm going to go through some of the resumes that were sent to me. And I'm going to make some critiques on the resumes that were sent to me. First up, first, who's going to be the first student whose resume I'm going to look at very deeply? Thank you, Tiana. I appreciate that. Your loving got me too much for me too much. They got London on a track, bitch. Okay, so Aaliyah, I'm looking at your resume, and let's talk about your most recent job. Because you've definitely had a lot of entertainment experience. Okay, so let me explain to you what I would have done if I were editing your resume. One of the things that you said, I managed social media during a live show. So we need to quantify and qualify this. What? So when you're qualifying, we're asking for description. When we're quantifying, we're counting things. Quantity over quality. Remember that. Quantify means to count. You manage social media. First, what social media platforms did you manage specifically? Because without having those names specifically in there, if I were a hiring manager and I searched the word Twitter, and if I got 400 applications and I had a job up for an advertising manager, I'm gonna search the word Twitter. Okay. My ex used to be someone that worked in human resources, and he told me that a lot of hiring managers they search for keywords first to filter their applications. And so, what social media? So they're going to be searching. So they're going to be searching Facebook, Twitter. So you need to put that there. Okay. You need to be specific. What social media platforms? And you said during the live show. How often were these live shows hosted? So you say during the live shows, which were hosted, how often? 3 times a week, 2 times a week. So we know that you manage 5 or 6 different social media platforms at least. How many days a week? Hold on 1 second, you all. Hello. Hey, Monique. I'm gonna have to I'm teaching a live class really quickly. I'm gonna give you a call back as soon as it's done, okay? No problem. Bye-bye. All right, y'all. So I got a 1 hour reading to do when I get up off of here. I'm sorry. Hold on. Shit. Okay, sorry. All right. So back to you, Aaliyah. So that's those are some of the questions that I have. Okay. So just by answering those questions, it lengthens the bullet point. It shows more thoughtfulness, right? And it gives me a more accurate description of what your responsibilities look like, because I don't know when you did this, how often you did it. I don't know what social media platforms that you can manage. There are so many different social media platforms. And specifically for me as a hiring manager, we got to fill in this position within 9 days, and we need someone that can do Twitter. Okay, and we're 48, and we don't know how to use Twitter. Um, so you then say strategically gather effective content based on demographic. Um, so when you say strategically, what strategy did you use? So that's the first question. Did you search through? Did you start? Were you doing? That's you said you would want to say rather than say strategically gather, you want to use the word research, because the word research would indicate that you strategically gathered information, synthesized it, and organized it. So to strategically gather something is one step of the research process, but if you use the word research, it shows that you completed the process even after strategically gathering the information. So use the word research. So you research content. What types of content? Okay. Was this salacious content? Was this political gossip? Was this content on celebrities? You research content based on demographics. Whose demographics? Demographics presented to you by the network. And what were those demographics? Were those age demographics, gender demographics, racial demographics? Okay. When then you say that you said that you edit interviews and podcast episodes using Vox Pro. So that is very descriptive. So we know what you use to edit them. But I want to know, how many interviews did you typically edit on a weekly or day-to-day basis? How many podcast episodes were you responsible for editing? Um, and I know that you use Vox Pro, so that's fine. Okay. So if you have those 3 bullet points right, throw out that accomplishment. What you do that made you a bad bitch, that you feel good about. That's a great talking point in your interview, because once you have done that QQA, you can easily write your cover letter. And I'm going to tell y'all about the cover letter in a second. All right. All right. So we're going to move away from Aaliyah. I'm going to go in on Tiana. Let me see. I got to find yours, Tiana. You're welcome, Aaliyah. I hope that helped. Um, I hope it helped. I'm trying to, Tiana, I'm looking for your resume. No, you cannot be vague in the resume at all. You cannot be vague in the resume. You cannot, because the resume, if you're vague in the resume, by the way I teach you, if you're vague in the resume, you're going to be vague in the cover letter. Um, Tiana, which email address did you send me your resume to? Because I literally just lost it. Oh no, I got it. I got it. Wait, Tiana, I don't have yours. I don't think. I don't think I got yours, Tiana. So I'm gonna use Simone. Simone, are you live? Simone, let me know if you live. Okay. All right, Simone, I'm going in on you. You next. Okay, Simone, you got a cute resume. I like the structure. I like the structure. It's real creative. You just need to expand the margins. Expand the margins because there's so much more we can add. Okay, so much more we got to add. Okay, so you worked in human services. So you said you offered daily living skills. Daily living skills, comma, such as budgeting, coping with trauma, such as what? And then you say social skills, such as communicating your feelings, being nice, training for the youth. Okay. That's fine. Training for youth, cool. We know that's fine. Above that, you say provides one-on-one crisis stabilization. Great. To prevent or de-escalate crisis situations. How often do you do that? How frequently do you do that? When you said you offered social training skills for youth, how many youth were you responsible for? You say that you completed detailed and accurate notes regarding client progress and case sensitive information. When you say client progress, are you saying the client's progress towards healing? Like, where are they going? Like, where are they progressing towards? And when you say case sensitive information, such as what? Such as demographic information, patient medical history, so on and so forth. Because it seems like you're trying to show that you were very careful with the you worked in a very high risk field, a field that was considered to be, relatively dangerous, not for you, but for the patients. And you have to be very careful and show a great amount of care. So when you're applying for positions, that say that you need to be attention oriented and detail oriented, that's what you're trying. That's clearly what you're trying to indicate by way of your job descriptions. Now, your job descriptions are good. I want you to use the QQA method to structure it that way. So I'm not telling you to rewrite the bullet points, baby. I'm telling you to copy and paste and just Q here, Q there, bold, highlight this, bold that, insert 2-3 words here, boom, you're done. All right. 5 minutes of edit, 5-10 minutes of editing. All right. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Oh yeah, we got this chat working. I'm over this shit. I'm over this shit. Black Spectrum Networks is the new government. What's up? We're the new government out here. We do excellence. We do excellence. Tiana, did you send me yours? Okay, Tiana, you sent me yours. Okay, Tiana, you said you won't be able to update your resume until you get the Pages app. Well, Tiana, I want to say this to you. Do not recreate the wheel. None of my students need to be recreating the wheel. Honestly, Simone, I think that the aesthetics of your resume are fine. But Tiana and Aaliyah, to be honest with you guys, these are not the most appealing resumes. Like when you glance at the resumes that I sent y'all in the chat, you can't lie, they catch your attention and they're simple. You all, I suggest that you all take the templates, the Word document forms of the Urana resume and insert your information. Just use that format, copy paste right into it. Okay, use that format. Don't recreate the wheel. Make it easy on yourselves. All right. So I don't, and also don't use the Pages app. I want you to do it in Microsoft Word, so that you can. Well, I don't care what you use. I don't use Pages. I don't care if you use it. That's fine. I'm not going to be a stickler. Okay, Tiana. Now it's time to go in on your ass. Hairstylist. Hairstylist. Cosmetologist. Cosmetologist. I have a resume that is framed like the one you use as an example. However, I was told, Aaliyah, who told you to do that? Because I want to explain something. Who told you to do that? How do you feel about the one-page resume rule? Your resume should not be over one page. You can keep a master resume that's more than one page, but when you're sending out a resume, do not make it over one page. People ain't got time for this shit. But Aaliyah, who told you that? Because typically my students would say that, and I was like, well, who told you that, so I can explain why they told you that and why the fuck they wrong. My last mentor, they're not that person's not a professor. They're not a professor. They don't have a doctorate degree. They ain't never helped no motherfucker get no goddamn job the way I'm telling y'all to get a job. Okay, I could be in the Harvard Career Center right now. Okay, I could be in the Harvard Career Center if I wanted to. Don't play it because I really could, and don't act like they probably haven't asked me. But no, I could be no seriously. Fuck them. Don't listen to shit that they said. It don't if your ass ain't never had no salary position and you think you know shit about a resume, you don't know shit. Anything anybody told you don't matter. It don't fucking matter. I'm here establishing myself as a motherfucking authority with some goddamn with credentials behind my motherfucking name, with actual motherfucking accomplishments. Bitch, if I had to go down my motherfucking CV and show y'all my list of students and where the fuck they at, where the fuck they have graduated from, I got the so you don't know shit. Them people don't know shit, and you right here today. Okay, so anything you thought you knew, you don't know nothing. I'm not directing that towards you, Aaliyah, but anything you thought you knew, you don't know nothing. And I tell my students that all the time. A professor has a PhD. They can't teach you how to get a job unless they know unless they've gotten jobs themselves. And typically, when a professor has a job, they know how to get an academic job. They're working with a CV, not a resume. And our cover letters are not the same. Our job materials are not the same that we use to get jobs. So your professor didn't know shit, but I know something. Don't come in here spreading misinformation on this free live that your ass would have had to been enrolled in college with me to get. Your mentor didn't know shit. Oh, that mentor. I thought you was talking about that other mentor. That mentor, um, I will talk about that later, but don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. They've been out of school since forever. Okay. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to that mentor. I'm coming to you as an academic advisor. That person would have been your internship coordinator that would have reported to me, and I would have given you your grade based off of their performance. Okay, so I'm saying this as your academic advisor. Do what I said. But I'm not saying that that mentor was not helping you, because that industry that they work in is, I also, because of that, the position that you were applying for, when you said you got the interview, I don't know if you ended up getting the job, but I'm just going to say this. I also feel like because of who you were associated with, it gave you some extra strength in terms of getting the interview. Okay, so now Tiana says, provided beauty consultations and salon services to clients. How many beauty consultations? Beauty consultations about what? About hair, about styling, about dreads, makeup. What do you? I mean, what do you do? What do you do? And how many clients that you have on a weekly basis? Updated customer records to document previous services provided. So that's clerical experience. So you updated their records, such as what information you collected, email addresses, da da da, and you also want to say what you use this information for. So you collected the information for what? To put them on a newsletter, to send them out your newsletter, and you should probably put that on there that you were collecting the information so you can send them out a newsletter, so you can retain the clients. Provide a continuous customer service. Well, I hope you do. I hope you do. I hope any employee provides continuous customer service. Now I had to go in on my students all the time. Personality traits ain't skills. A personality trait ain't a skill. If you say provided good communication, good customer service, bitch, you in college. You should be a good communicator. You should be. Because if you ain't got no college, if you ain't even in college, you probably illiterate. I mean, a lot of people ain't in, you know what the fuck I'm saying? You should be. Being a college student kind of indicates that being a college student just kind of indicates that, hey, there's a certain amount of tasks that I'm already qualified to be responsible for, such as showing up on time, providing good customer service, listening to the clients. Because you listen to your professor, you show up on time to class. Don't waste space on the resume. Don't waste no space on your resume saying mundane shit. Don't waste no space on your resume saying nothing that's mundane, nothing that's common sense, nothing that I look at and I'm like, God damn it. I mean, I think you're supposed to be doing this. This is not impressive to me. Rather, I'm going to give the job to this nigga right here. I'm your competition. I'm your competition. I'm the competition. All right. So, visual merchandise / sales associate. Visual merchandiser / sales associate. Created appealing visual displays to encourage sales. Now you need to go in Urana resume and you can steal some of them responsibilities and plug in your information. Now, created appealing visual displays such as flyers, posters, campaign images, emails, newsletters. What were these visual displays? A mannequin. How many were you responsible for? How often did you have to do this? And when you said to encourage sales, that makes sense. You were marketing. Checkout clerk. You said, accomplishment, girl. On occasion, chick. On occasion, so every once in a while, tell me how often. that you did this. I maintained the most multi-sales and highest dollar amount per transaction. Quantify. Tell me specifically those numbers. Give me those numbers. As I go back to the Urana resume, not the Urana Haku, but the Urana resume. I go back to the Urana resume and I look and I see he says, increase company's social media followers by 132% in 6 months. What does that mean? That means that when he was working at Optimum Appliance Repair, in 6 months, they went from having 0 followers on Instagram to 132 followers on Instagram. I repeat, 132%. Okay? Meaning he went from 0 to 132 in 6 months that he worked there. He ain't have to do the shit. I'm pretty sure he could have done a lot more. But it's much sexier to say 132% increase than 132 followers. You get what I'm saying? You don't embellish. You do not embellish. Because if they want to ask you what was those numbers, they probably not going to ask that in the interview. All right. They probably not going to ask that in the interview, but you being honest. All right. Do you get what I'm saying? Quantify. Some of y'all have ran social media accounts for a random job or something, and then y'all got them 50 followers in 10 days. Okay. 50% increase. Hit the skull emoji if I'm making sense. Talia Johnson, I'm gonna do yours real quick. Oh, here's another thing. Talia, no, I'm looking at this. Take off your do not put a motherfucking objective in your resume. Don't put do not put an objective in your resume. What's the objective is stated in the cover letter, and the objective is stated by you applying for the job. Bitch, I want the job. Take out the objective. No objectives in your resume. You don't put no objective in your resume. Take it out. If you got one, take it out. Snatch it out. I fail my students on this assignment. I fail them. I immediately fail them. F. Straight up F. You got an objective in it. You didn't listen to me. F. I don't give a fuck how long you worked on it. F, bitch. 0. We don't do objectives anymore. I'm learning a lot today. Did you not just hear what I said? The objective is to get the motherfucking job. The objective is in writing a beautiful cover letter that explains to people why you're applying for the job. What's the purpose of being redundant? Take this shit out, nigga. Take it out. Take it out now. Talia, take that high school shit out. If you graduated from high school 5 years or more ago, if it's over, take that shit out your resume. As a matter of fact, I tell my students this: after your first year of college, if you did it in high school, you cannot put it on your resume, because I expect you as a college student to be fucking productive. You mean to tell me that you didn't do a community service project once a month? That you didn't sit on an executive board of a student organization, nigga? That you didn't do a summer internship? What the fuck? How the fuck did 3 years pass and you still got shit on your high school resume and you a goddamn junior in college? What the fuck was you doing? 36 months passed. What did you do? Did you just go to class? Did you just literally just go to class? That's it? You didn't do nothing? What? And then these niggas be thinking that they gonna get a $45,000 job with a resume that's got stuff on it from their high school after four. Yeah, look at the Shiva, look at the Kuragala resume. The Kuragala resume. He ain't got shit from high school up on that bitch. Look at all the stuff that he did in 4 years. That's what your shit should have looked like in 4 years. How the hell do you people be saying some stupid shit? They'll share them stupid ass memes that say, well, you go to college for 4 years and then you graduate and you got a bachelor's degree, but they want you to already have 3 years of experience. Where was I supposed to get that from? Interning? Duh. How did you think? What? Did you really think that you missed out on 4 years of experiences? You didn't even Google on Indeed, nigga. What did you do? What did you do? If you are 25, why do you have shit from your high school on your resume? If you are 22, why shit from your high school still on your resume? What the fuck did you do from 18 to 22 for you to be that damn stagnant to still have stuff from your high school on there? You could have volunteered at the Red Cross for 2 months. You could have been a member of your student government association for a month and just 2 months and assisted them with some shit. You could have volunteered with your local church. Bitch, that's 3 job responsibilities in 1 year right there. So how the fuck do you still have shit on from high school on there? I don't understand. Take out the objectives. If your ass is 21 over, take that high school shit out and go and seek out more meaningful, socially meaningful opportunities and be a productive and excellent person in society. Okay. You worked as a home health aide. Your resume needs to be 1 page. And you need to shorten it to 1 page, take out your objective. Your descriptions are very, very good, Talia. These are very good descriptions. Just try to be as descriptive as possible, okay? You said you were very detailed. So you said you maintained up-to-date records of the patient's physical and mental conditions, okay? So how many patients were you responsible for maintaining their records for? Just quantify some things and then give us an accomplishment, okay? Quantify, qualify, accomplishment. What about the large time gaps between employment? Okay, you're in school. Tiana, you're in a position where you're in school, and sometimes you were in school and you were working, and sometimes you weren't, which is why you use your school's email address to show that you're still getting it together. But for those of you that have graduated from college and you have large gaps in your employment, such as like unemployed, like large gaps in unemployment, you need to do better, babe. You need spiritual work, because a resume consultation ain't gonna help you, but you need some spiritual work. Because you're going up against me for a job. All right. So there are 2 types of gaps in unemployment. You were in school and you was getting your shit together, you was getting your hustle on, and then you was out of school and your ass wasn't working. And baby, you need some spiritual work. You need some motherfucking Papa Legba road opening oil, bitch. Okay, hit me up. You need some Papa Legba road opening oil. You need some Bridget smack that ass in the back of my head and help me get this job oil. Okay. What about maternity leave? But Tiana, you're still in school though. Maternity leave is not a gap in unemployment. If you were taking care of a baby and you had to be unemployed, you'll explain that to your employer in the cover letter. You'll explain it to your employer in the cover letter. Okay. Whew. Keeping it going. All right. So now off of that, the next section, next major point. The next major point. The next major point. After your employment and marketing experience, you want to put your professional memberships. So your professional memberships are like Aaliyah, you were a part of an honor society, and you're still going to be part of the honor society. If you were involved in any student organizations, even if you were just a member of it, just put it down. You don't have to put the dates. Okay, just put your professional associations. After that, you want to put your honors and awards. Okay, honors and awards. If you were on the dean's list, tell us how many times you were on the dean's list. If you received scholarships that fund your education, such as you were a Georgia Hope Scholar, some of you all from New York and Wisconsin. I don't exactly know the state based scholarships out there, but if you receive those scholarships that funded your education even one time, you want to put that on your resume. Okay. Any money that you received, grants, scholarships, funding for your education, awards, acknowledgments, shout outs, okay. Oh yeah, okay. The other thing that I forgot to include in the education section, if you all have certificates such as you're a CNA, a cosmetologist, um, Tiana, Talia, like you have the certificate in customer service, put that in your education section. Can I put my study abroad experience? Um, the study abroad experience. Did you receive a scholarship to pay for the study abroad experience? And did you study at a different university? Those are the two questions I have. If I'm going to switch jobs after being at one for a significant amount of time, like for almost 20 years, do I still add anything that I did previously? Um, well, if you've been in a job for 20 years and you've been working in that same role for 20 years, you need some spiritual work. Okay. But if you've been in that job for 20 years, you worked your way up, you want to include the previous roles that you worked in that job. Okay, so spiritually lovely, you want to write down the name of the scholarship that funded that trip. And then in the education section, you go and look at the Kuragala resume. In the Kuragala resume, right? Okay, he went to I'm not gonna say the name of the school out loud, but he went to that school, right? But then you can see he said he also studied at a college in the UK, but he only did that for a semester because it says from January of 2012 to June of 2012. So this person was only abroad for one semester. So you want to be able to put the length of time that you studied there to show so that people can use their common sense and know that you went abroad. So use the way that Kuragaila formatted it. That's the perfect way to do it. Good question. Very good. You received a scholarship and studied with a different institution and went abroad. My study abroad was only 2 weeks. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter how long it was. You need to just put the month on there. June 2013. That's it. June 2013. All right. So, um, after after the honors and awards section, after the honors and awards section, you're gonna put your skills. All right, you need to divide your skills. Typically, skills are going to be divided by software skills, social media skills, and language. If you are fluent in a language, then you put it on your resume. Now, bitch, if you do not do this shit, don't do this. Don't do this. If you have an elementary or basic understanding of a language, don't put that shit on there. Do not put French basic, French elementary. Bitch, you're not fluent. All right. If you under Now, some of you all may say, like, I understand it, but I can't speak it, but I understand it. Okay, then you'll put comprehension, you'll put French, and then you'll put a dash, you'll put comprehension, and then you'll put fluent. semicolon, speaking, you're gonna put a dash, and then you'll put somewhat fluent. Okay. You know when you are and aren't fluent. Don't play. Just because you took 2 years of Spanish in high school, do not play with people. All right. Off of that. So language is a skill. Social media. If you can use Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, marketing, analytics, you understand any analytics? Okay. Social media is a skill. To be able to use social media, that's a skill. It is a skill because, bitch, look at my business and we dominating. And we definitely ain't hurting for no motherfucking money or no attention or no students. Okay. Software, Microsoft Office, Photoshop, the Adobe Suite, After Effects, GIMP, video editing. What software can you use? All my girls, like I know Tiana and Aaliyah, my girls, y'all know to put y'all skills out there. All right. What is your advice for people that are overqualified in education but underqualified in experience? You need spiritual work because that's a motherfucking shame. What the fuck did you do? What did you do with your life? You're a mess. If that's your situation, you need a reading. That's my advice. I mean, what's the situation? How would you be overqualified in education but underqualified in experience? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. I am confusion. Okay, Victoria Bolton, previous job. So anything I did before 2000. Hell no. To the no. Hell no. To the no. Hell no. To the no. I said a hell no. If it is older than 5 years, it falls off like credit. Unless it's an accomplishment, a skill, a scholarship, or some education. If it's a job responsibility after 5 years, it falls off like credit. If I ever saw one of my students, because I did have some students that was like 45, 46 that I had to teach, and if I ever saw some shit from the 1990s, I'm like, get this shit off of here. Get this shit off of here. Nigga, I was like 5 or 6 years. Oh shit, I'm lying about fuck. I'm gonna give away my real age. I'm 45, so I did have some students that was my age, and I was like, baby, I was creeping with TLC back then. Look, if you can put it on your resume, and you think if you put something on your resume and you thinking like, damn, Gucci Mane was real hot back then, take it off. If you think to yourself, damn, we was wearing Jabots back then, take that shit off. If you think to yourself, I mean, this was the era when they was wearing all that spike shit and the big platform here, take it off. If Love and Hip Hop season 2 was out, take it off. If you got some shit on your resume from back when Beyonce dropped her surprise album, take that shit off. And do better with your life. Do better with your life. I'm going back to get my master's in 2020 because I have a lot of experience in different fields, but little education. Saba Omer, can you explain what you mean? Because I'm still confusion. If I've ever saw somebody that was overqualified educationally and underqualified as far as job experiences, baby, that's all of the United States. That's all of these college students that I be seeing graduate every year, walking across the quad in May of every semester. They be overqualified with a bachelor's degree and ain't got no experience. So, baby, what else can I tell you but to do better? You need some spiritual work. You need to go and work with your ancestors because you need to make some shit happen that really can't logically even happen. And you got to draw on some supernatural forces to manifest that money. You need to put that resume. You need to redo that resume, throw that bitch on the altar, put a green candle up there, throw some baby berry in that bitch, hit that shit with some cinnamon, put underneath that motherfucker $5 in the shape of a $, and pray for 5 days on a Friday. Every Friday for 5 Fridays. 5 days straight. So you'll be praying for 25 days. Because that's the only thing that I can see helping you. Because you a mess. And I would tell you that if I was your mentor. If I was your advisor, I'd tell you a mess. You a mess. And you're not going to get a job. I don't know what the fuck you was doing. Dude, did you sleep? Was you sleep? You were asleep. You were asleep the entire time in college. Baby, you woke up to get a 4.0 and said, fuck the money. Saba Omer. No, I have experience. Baby, I'm not even talking about you. I'm not reading your resume. I don't give a fuck about your shit. I care about my students and shit. I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about the hypothetical question. I finished grad school. I have work experience that looks great. That's cool. Good for you. All right. All right. Everybody go to the Urana cover letter. Look at the Urana cover letter. I want you to do it, then do your cover letter. His cover letter reads here. To whom it may concern, I am writing to apply for the blank position with the blank company name and association. Now, the reason I said do not sexy up these job titles is because they don't be putting medical services expert or food prep specialist. It's like, bitch, you cook at McDonald's. Put cook. Put fry cook. Okay, so you're applying to that position. Okay, I am a business administration major and a member of Georgia Gwinnett College's marketing club. So as you can see, he's literally reciting from his resume. I trusted my academic training in marketing and sales because remember, employment and blank experience. So it's marketing and sales experience. So Aaliyah, you would say, I trusted my training in television and radio production. All right, whatever. But anyway, as a student of marketing, so yes, as a student of whatever field that you go into, use this format, use the formula. Okay. Now, look, we're going to skip to the first paragraph. As an undergraduate, I pioneered the founding of the Air Hockey Club and currently serve as the organization's president. The club functions for social purposes, but is an emblem of formidable leadership and a dream materialized. So basically, he is using the QQA method, the QQA. He's talking about what he did. He's telling what he did, and he's talking about why that was an accomplishment. Really, each sentence is a bullet. Each sentence that he wrote corresponds to a bullet point. So he didn't do much work. Do you get what I'm saying? Each paragraph responds to the structure of the resume. The first paragraph responds to the education. The second paragraph responds to the first job responsibility. Second paragraph, second job responsibility. Third paragraph, third job responsibility. Fourth paragraph, he closes it out. Okay? Do you all understand that? Do you have any advice on writing a resume to move up in your current company? Shaniqua, have you been listening to me? Have you listened to anything I just said in the past hour and 20 minutes? This entire thing has been about that. I have to gather my composure. Oh, I'm sorry. I just got. Oh, okay, you just got on. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I thought I was like I am confusion. Um, yeah, I'm sorry, Shaniqua. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. If you just hopped on, that's cool. But baby, I've been teaching my ass off, and I'm in my professor mode. I'm in professor mode, and I'm not Negzo. I'm motherfucking Dr. Shakir, bitch. Okay, Dr. Shakir. So I'm a stupid is what stupid does. I didn't mean I didn't know that you just got on. But thank you. All right. Ladies, ladies, and priest. So priestesses in training and priest in training. Do you all have any other questions about the resume? Do you all understand? Like, I can't really go into much detail about the cover letter. The cover letter is something that I have to see, and I literally have to go through it like a professor and just do track changes, right? So try to format your cover letter similar to the Urana resume. You can even use the language from the Urana resume. I don't mind. You can use language from Fervent. I don't care. There's no such thing as plagiarism. You can use anything, any cover letter information that's available to you. If it sounds good, throw it in there. Go for it. Okay. Create the strongest representation of who you are that you can. All right. I know my cover letter needs work. No, baby, it doesn't need work. You need to go and do some copying and pasting. You need to do some copying and pasting. The template is already there. You just got to insert your information. The template is already there. It's already there. That's don't make this harder on yourselves. Don't create a whole new resume, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. Don't create a whole new resume, man. It ain't worth it. You ain't finna fail no assignment. Ain't no human resources person sitting here trying to run your goddamn resume through turnitin.com. They trying to get this job. They trying to get you hired, bro. They looking for somebody that look, and the resume just lands you a good interview. The resume gets you in the door. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. You just got to get in the door. And as Black people, we got to get started. We got to show up. We got to show up. We got to show up. And when we show up, we got to have the right resources when we show up. We got to be excellent. We can't be out here showing up with motherfucking haikus. We can't be out here showing up with 2-page documents that don't say shit, using vague language, scrambled everywhere, typos in it. We got to be excellent, man. No. And I said I created a formula. Don't reinvent the wheel. Do what I'm telling you to do. Make it easy. It's only going to take y'all 2-3 hours worth of work over the course of maybe 1 or 2 weeks. 2 or 3 hours worth of work over the course of 1 or 2 weeks, maybe 2 or 3 revisions, and we done. And y'all ready to send it out. And the next thing you know, you got 8-9 job applications out, and then your life changes, and y'all do magic. Come on, priestesses in training. I just want y'all to just make it easy on yourselves. Okay. Um, I can't let you know if your I can't let you know if your resume will get you that interview for the position, but I'll be able to do a reading for you to let you know if you're qualified. But I can't look, I'm not the hiring manager. You know, I've seen some awful resumes. I've seen some awful resumes and people get the job, but they got it because of white privilege. Do you get what I'm saying? So I can't tell you. I don't know who your hiring manager is, but I know that we got to be the best that we can be. We got to be the best that we can be when we show up. Oh no, you won't be sharing this live. Oh no, you won't. Huh? This is only for my students. I'm taking this shit down. Bye bye. I hope y'all got it while the giving was good. What's good for the goose is not good for the gander. You in that damn fervent book. You know how I feel about that. Well, Aaliyah, baby, I got to tell you the truth. You're not gonna like graduate school, and you're not gonna like the experiences in graduate school if you don't like fervent. You as someone that if you're trying to be scholarly minded, you have to get used to repetition. As someone that like graduate school requires you to sit in class for 3 hours per class and pay attention. Sometimes there's no break. Okay, you have to 3 hours. Fervent is repetitive because it must be common sense. And if fervent becomes common sense to you, it's going to be so easy for you to craft or fabricate your resume, because you can literally think up phrases off the top of your head and insert them into text, and it's helpful. And when you go to write your master's thesis, you can use good phrases, and that's what we do as academics. I can't explain it to y'all about the value of repetition, the value of things being mundane. But yes, I know how you feel, but the usefulness of fervent, like you can't make those sorts of complaints when you go to grad school. You can't complain about redundancy, because redundancy is going to be taught to you when you're writing research articles, when you're writing dissertations, when you're teaching classes. Redundancy. Until it's common sense, until it's repetitive, until you can finish the sentence before somebody says it, you don't know it. And you're gonna encounter a future moment where somebody's gonna repeat the wisdom back to you, and you're like, damn, I knew that. Alexandra Proctor. Dr. Proctor, you agree? I'm telling, yeah. A lot of y'all don't like fervent. I get it, but it's not about liking it. It's about the fact that, look, man, I'm telling you, as a professor, the best books are the books that are redundant. We look, the only ways in which we as sociologists can communicate with each other is if we have a common vocabulary, and usually that common vocabulary is through the study of certain social theorists, such as Marx, Weber, and Durkheim. I read Marx, Weber, and Durkheim in my senior seminar at Emory. 3 months later, started my doctorate program and had to start reading it over again. And I was pissed, but I had to do it. I then learned the value of redundancy, because they taught us that no matter how many times we revisit social theory, we're going to learn something new. And the world is redundant, and if you can't deal with redundancy, you can't be a good teacher. You're not going to be patient with your students. Yeah, so that's why I assign the text, because it's about teaching stamina. And the other thing is, and I'm going to say this to y'all. A lot of y'all don't read books. I'm not directing this to you, Leah. A lot of y'all don't read books. Y'all don't read. Y'all niggas can't sit down and read. Y'all motherfuckers ain't about fervent or tapping the power within. Baby, you definitely ain't finna get no salary position. Bitch, if you can't sit down for 3 hours and focus on a fucking book, you can't run a business. You can't start no goddamn business. You know how much mundane ass shit I have to do to do this business? How many hours of fucking boring ass video editing it takes? Babe, no, it's redundant. But redundancy is valuable. Routine things because it's dependable, it's stable. Okay, I love redundant shit. I love redundancy now. I've grown to value it, because it's like, baby, at least I know what to do. I got something to do, and I know what outcome is going to produce. And redundancy and learning, redundancy and doing the work, redundancy and teaching. You got to once you deal with the energy of redundancy, you become a great teacher, a great entrepreneur, a great learner, a great student. You don't complain about nothing. Everything is deep for you. And I'm directing this towards y'all niggas that don't read, because y'all get bored. Come on, Dr. Truesdale. Come on, Dr. Proctor. The book The Secret was super redundant, but I saw why at the end. Yes, The Secret is incredibly redundant. It's incredibly basic. But the thing is that people, do you operate all the way all the time? Some people can read fervent, feel powered up, but then a month later, they it's like, but you're not praying consistently, because it's not redundant to you. It's not redundant to you. It's boring to you, but it's not redundant. But redundancy is just as powerful as discipline. Redundancy is just as powerful as submission. Dr. Proctor, I did the same experiment for months. Yes, and here's the other thing. You work in the field of biology and chemistry. Medicines have to be tested redundantly in redundant. Sometimes you will see articles that say we're close to finding a cure for HIV. It may not come out to 2040 because they have to They have to be redundant. 2020. They gotta make sure that they cured it. They gotta make sure that they know it. I don't know how many of you all have read the book The Greatest Salesman in the World by OG Mundino. But he says in it, there's a quote. I'm gonna read it to you all. And this is just my last little bit of wisdom because I just want to emphasize redundancy. Hold on, I'm gonna read it to y'all. I don't have it on my Kindle. Hold on, y'all. All right. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna read something to you all. I'm gonna read something to you all, and I hope you all can take this wisdom because I got to get up off of here. But understand why Priscilla Shirer. If you understand why you got to read fervent over and over, because I want you all before you all even try to mentor with me. First of all, if you're a priest or a priest, you pray and you do it fervently and redundantly. All right, so OG Medino. Today I begin a new life. Today I shed my old skin, which hath too long suffered the bruises of failure and the wounds of mediocrity. Come on. Today I am born anew, and my birthplace is a vineyard where there is fruit for all. Today I will pluck the grapes of wisdom from the tallest and fullest vines in the vineyard. For those were planted by the wisest of my profession who have come before me generation upon generation. So Priscilla Shirer has plucked the grapes of wisdom that have come before her generation to generation. So what you're drinking when you read fervent is wine because baby, she pressed the grapes. Today I will savor the taste of the grapes from these vines, and verily I will swallow the seed of success buried in each, and new life will sprout within me. The career I have chosen, come on, the career I have chosen is laden with opportunity, yet it is fraught with heartbreak and despair in the bodies of those who have failed. Like the PhD, like the journey to winning $1 million, the journey to becoming a priest, the journey to becoming a president, those who have failed. And those who are failed, were those bodies piled atop one another? Those bodies would cast a shadow down upon all the pyramids of the earth. Meaning that there are so many people that have failed at trying to do great things that if you piled all their bodies up, it casts a shadow on the great pyramid of Giza. Yet I will not fail as the others, for in my hands I now hold the charts, which will guide me through perilous waters to shores, which only yesterday seemed but a dream. Failure will no longer be my payment for struggle, just as nature made no provision for my body to tolerate pain, neither has it made any provision for my life to suffer failure. Failure, like pain, is alien to my life. In the past, I accepted it as I accept pain. Now I reject it, and I am prepared for wisdom and principles which will guide me out of the shadows into the sunlight of wealth, position, and happiness, far beyond my most extravagant dreams, until even the golden apples in the garden of Hesperides will sing no more than just my reward. Here's the most important thing about why I teach fervent, and hit the skull emoji if y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. So, time teaches all things to he who lives forever. If you live forever, time will teach you all things. The only things that live forever are the fucking lower. But I have not the luxury of eternity because as a third dimensional human being, I try to become an ancestor to live forever. Yet within my allotted time, I must practice the art of patience, for nature never acts in haste. Nature never acts in haste, okay? Which is why I do not push y'all past reading further. To create the olive, the king of all trees, it takes 100 years to create an olive tree. An onion plant is old in 9 weeks. It takes 100 years to create an olive tree, but you can get an onion in 9 weeks. I have lived as an onion plant. It does not please me. Now, I would be the greatest of olive trees, and in truth, the greatest of salesmen. You hear? Now, I would become the greatest of olive trees, and in truth, the greatest of salesmen. Baby, my business is great because I'm an olive tree, and a lot of people are onions. It takes 100 years to produce me because I read fervent over and 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 over because I'm trying to get the wisdom and become a grape. I'm trying to be pressed out like a grape. Okay. And how will this be accomplished? For I have neither the knowledge nor the experience to achieve greatness, and already I have stumbled in ignorance and fallen into pools of self-pity. The answer is simple. I will commence my journey unencumbered with either the weight of unnecessary knowledge. With the weight of unnecessary knowledge. Curiosity killed the cat. And I had to snap on my students this weekend because I was like, why do y'all go after unnecessary knowledge? Why are you researching into things that I have not taught your ass and not that are not on the syllabi? Anyway, or the handicap of meaningless experience, the weight of unnecessary knowledge, or the handicap of meaningless experience. Which one are you dealing with right now with your resume? Do you have meaningless experience on there, or unnecessary knowledge? I'm preaching. Nature already has supplied me with knowledge and instinct far greater than any beast in the forest, and the value of experience is overrated, usually by old men who nod wisely and speak stupidly. I repeat that again. The value of experience is overrated. Bitch, you don't need experience. You don't want experience. You do not pray for experience. You pray for wisdom. Because when you have experience, you just become an old man who nods wisely and speaks stupidly. Like T.I. An onion plant versus an olive tree. Which one do you want to be? In truth, experience teaches thoroughly. Meaning that experience teaches in a way that is holistic and cleanses you out. Yet her course of instruction devours men's years, meaning that experience takes away your time. It devours men's years, so the value of her lessons diminishes with the time necessary to acquire her special wisdom. So experience, the longer that it takes you to through experience to learn something, the less life you have. You know what I'm saying? So why do that? Like, why do I want to go through those experiences? Why do I want to go through 3 years of heartbreak? I could go to 3 years of thriving. I don't want to go through 3 years of being an onion. I want to go through 3 years of being an olive. So I don't seek out experience because it's just going to eat away at my time. Even if I am going to learn something. The end finds it wasted on dead men. That's why all them dead bodies piled up, because y'all niggas wanted experience. The people that we build statues of have wisdom. The people that we bury have knowledge and experience. Furthermore, experience is comparable to fashion. Boom! An action that proves successful today will be unworkable and impractical tomorrow. Again, experience is comparable to fashion. An action that proves successful today will be unworkable and impractical tomorrow. The only principles endure, and these I now possess, for the laws that will lead me to greatness and are contained in the words of these scrolls. What they will teach me is more to prevent failure than to gain success. You read fervent to prevent failure, not to gain success. You get common sense. Things are redundant. to prevent failure, not to gain success. There's a difference. It's a difference. You aim to prevent failure. You don't aim to gain success because you're naturally excellent. Because he says, what will they teach me? What they will teach me is more to prevent failure than to gain success. But for what is success other than a state of mind? Success is only a state of mind. With two among 1,000 wise men, which two people among 1,000 wise men will define success in the same words? Meaning what's successful to me ain't successful to y'all. Yet failure is always described in one way. Listen to that. Everybody in this chat has a different definition of success, but we all have the same definition of failure. So success is a state of mind, and that's the truth. And the quicker that you absorb that wisdom, you won't be going through all these stupid ass experiences. Do I need to do mentorship? I'm too scared to do mentorship. I'm too scared to work with my ancestors. I ain't got no money. Failure is man's inability to reach his goals in life, whatever they may be. One more time, failure is man's inability to reach his goals in life, whatever they may be. In truth, the only difference between those who have failed and those who have succeeded lies in the differences of their habits, the routines, the redundancy, the things you do over and over and over, the things that are common sense. Now, fervent is common sense in my mind, so therefore I have a successful mind. And if fervent is not common sense to some of you all, you are in a state of failure. And that's the truth. Good habits are the key to all success. Bad habits are the unlocked doors to failure. Good habits are the keys to all success, but bad habits are the unlocked door to failure. Thus, the first law I will obey, which precedeth all others. I will form good habits and become their slave. You want to be a slave to good habits. As a child, I was a slave to my impulses. Now I'm a slave to my habits, as are all grown men. I have surrendered my free will to the years of accumulated habits, and the past deeds of my life have marked out a path which threatens to imprison my future. My actions are ruled by appetite, passion, prejudice, greed, love, fear, environment, and habit. The worst tyrant of your actions is habit. Therefore, if I must be a slave to a habit, let me be a slave to good habits. My bad habits must be destroyed and new furrows prepared for good seed. I will become good habits and become their slave. And how will I accomplish this feat? Through these scrolls, it will be done. For each scroll contains a principle which will drive a bad habit from my life and replace it with one which will bring me closer to success. For it is another of nature's laws that only a habit can subdue another habit. So in order for these written words to perform this chosen task, I must discipline myself with the first of my new habits, which is as follows. I will read each scroll for 30 days in this prescribed manner before I proceed to the next scroll. First, I will read the scrolls in silence when I arise. Then I will read the words again in silence after I have partaken my midday meal. Last, I will read the words again just before I retire at day's end. And most important, on this occasion, I will read the words aloud. On the next day, I will repeat the procedure, and I will continue in like manner for the next 30 days. Then I will turn to the next scroll and repeat this procedure for another 30 days. Then I will continue in this manner until I have lived with each scroll for 30 days and my readings have become a habit. And what will be accomplished with this habit? Herein lies the secret of all of man's accomplishments. As I repeat words daily, they will soon be part of my active mind, which is why I say and I assign fervent. As I repeat these words daily, they will soon become a part of my active mind, but more important, they will also seep into my other mind, that mysterious source which never sleeps, which creates my dreams and often makes me act in ways I do not comprehend, meaning that as you repeat the words of your prayers, as you read fervent more and more and more, it affects your subconscious habits. As the words of these scrolls are consumed by my mysterious mind, I will begin to awake each morning with a vitality I have never known before. My vigor will increase. My enthusiasm will rise. My desire to meet the world will overcome every fear I once knew at sunrise. And I will be happier than I ever believed it possible to be in this world of strife and sorrow. Eventually, I will find myself reacting to all situations which confront me, as I was commanded in the scrolls to react. And soon these actions and reactions will become easy to perform, for any act that with practice becomes easy. Thus, a new and good habit will form, for when an act becomes easy through constant repetition, it becomes a pleasure to perform. And if it is a pleasure to perform, it is man's nature to perform it often. When I perform it often, it becomes a habit, and I become a slave. And since it is a good habit, this is my will. Today, I begin a new life, and I make a solemn oath to myself that nothing will retard my new life's growth. I will not lose a day from these readings, for the day cannot be retrieved, nor can I substitute another for it. I will not break this habit of daily reading from these scrolls, and in truth, the moments spent each day on this new habit are but a small price to pay for the happiness and success that will be mine. As I read and reread these scrolls and reread the words in these scrolls to follow, never will I allow the brevity of each scroll nor the simplicity of its words to cause me to treat the scrolls message lightly. Now, this is what I have to say to y'all about fervent. Listen, never will I allow the brevity of each scroll nor the simplicity of his words to cause me to treat the scroll's message lightly. So stop treating fervent lightly. Thousands of grapes are pressed to fill one jar with wine. Thousands of grapes are pressed to fill one jar with wine. And the grape skin and pulp are tossed to the birds. So it is with these grapes of wisdom from the ages. Much has been filtered and tossed into the wind. Only the pure truth lies distilled. The pure truth lies distilled. The word distillation should symbolically, or it should symbolically mean or equivocate to eating the fish and spitting out the bone. I will drink as instructed and spill not one drop. And these seeds of success I will swallow. Today, my old skin has come as dust. I will walk tall among many men, and they will know me not. For today, I'm a new man with a new life. All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope this was helpful. I hope you all like this wisdom. Yes, I am doing another mentorship program in January. Okay. The mentorship program starts in January the 1st. Text me at 901-350-0602. I am accepting new students. Okay. All right, y'all. I hope you all enjoyed that. I really hope you all enjoyed that. I know I went on a rant, but baby, I'm a lecturer, I'm a teacher, and that's what y'all get. It was for free. I'll keep this live up for like 2 hours. 2 hours. Copy all the notes that you can. I'll keep it up for 2 hours for the general YouTube. But if you become my student, you'll be able to receive this video again for free. All right, y'all. I leave you all with these words of wisdom from the rapper Dreezy. Gave mercy to these hoes. What would Jesus do? I'm your teacher today, professor today. Welcome to Black Spectrum Network. It's the new government. I want you to remember the truth is always collaborative.